Well, that's unfortunate. The audio didn't pick up. I didn't realize it whenever I was recording at the time of the video. So there were several things that could have occurred. I think it was maybe I left the microphone on the Mustang after I washed it, or maybe I just didn't hit the power button. Who knows? But anyways, it didn't record, so I'm going to do some overlay. I believe in the very beginning of the video, I'm trying to explain what this whole video is about, and it's a comparison between the Falken AT4s and the BFG KO2s. I now remember the name of the tires. At some point in this video, I indicate that I did not, but now I remember. So there it is. BFG KO2s, Falken AT4s, currently have the Falken AT4s on the Jeep. There's a previous video which I will link in above me, which will be the left, right, somewhere in the video above me right now, of a previous review back in the spring or summer months when I first got the tires on. If you want to watch that, that's great. There's a whole review about that time period. But this is all about the snow. As I said in my last video, in the Mustang, I think it was the Saturday before this happened. This was recorded on Sunday of this week. We was looking at having a snowstorm. Really wasn't much of a snowstorm. It was snow versus and some ice. But anyways, this is what it was. So it did happen. So I hope you all will watch this. And in the very beginning, when the audio does pick up, I am describing that the Falken AT4s, I do think with their weight, has caused some issues with the transmission in the Jeep. Take it for what it's worth. It may be what caused it. But anyways, that's what I'm talking about, where the audio does pick up. There may be some more overlays at the very end of the video because I also did not realize the audio was not recording at the end of the video. If there is, I do apologize for that. But we'll pick up from where the audio did pick up. It started slipping, the overdrive has anyways. So I do have to leave the overdrive off quite a bit. I am going to try to get that fixed. I tried to fix it just with the transmission cooler, thinking that might have been the solution. But it's not at the moment. So we're just going to see how that goes. And if it goes, finally I'll replace the transmission. But I will say that it did not start doing that until I put the Falkens on it. So I do think the Falkens, being I think they're about maybe between 12 or 15 pounds more tire than the BFGs, I do think that played a factor. I can't say that it didn't, especially with the stock gearing or stock transmission setup. Now I will say if you upgraded that stuff, it may not be such an issue. But with stock stuff, just lifted, this has a 3-inch lift, 35s, I would probably just stick with the BFGs. I definitely would. They're a lighter tire. They do really well. I didn't have any issues. I just read some good reviews on the Falken, so that's the reason I went that route. But I really can't tell any difference at the moment. Wet performance, snow performance, dry performance, they really do about the same. I can't speak to the better performance, really, honestly. But so far, it's not slid a whole lot. But this isn't really hard driving. This is just very minimal snow. It's not very deep. Honestly, it's probably worse traction than you would have in deep snow. I'd rather have deep snow driving a Jeep. Now, if it was like my WRX, now this would be perfect for a car like that. Snow tires, of course, all-wheel drive, because it would do really good in this type of weather. Now, the Jeep is a little bit high. It's a little bit high. It's windy right now. And the snow, the tread pattern on the Jeep, it's pretty thick. So there's not much for the snow to grip onto. So it's just more slick than anything. Anyways, I'm going to drive up to a place to take some pictures and to do a little bit of video, show you a little bit of the first snow. This is really the first measurable snow for our area for the winter. It's not really much though, but anyways, it's for our area. It's just the first snow. And I do enjoy still doing photography, landscapes when it does get like this, and I'll just throw in some video clips throughout the video of the snow. But I do hope you enjoy a little bit of the drive, and thank you for joining me. I can't really say that I fully recommend, if you already have 35s running BFGs, switching to Falkens and you have a Jeep. Now, other vehicles may be different. This is a 2-door, it's no nonce automatic. If you're running the BFGs, you may be better suited just to stick with the BFGs and not switch over to Falkens, because I don't see a huge benefit at the moment with traction. But I guess we'll see. I'll kind of report back at the end of the drive and let you know if I do see any huge noticeable benefit. or if I decide to air down these and see if it does make a difference. Though in all reality, in terms of if it did cause the transmission to slip because of the heavier tires, you know, with the age of the Jeep anyways, there really isn't truly a benefit overall. It's more of a detriment to the Jeep than it was anything. But again, that's a little bit too late to really complain about that. You live and you learn. Just you know, if you can get something that performs just as good that's lighter, it's always better. I've learned to go lighter, and that's not just in performance, you know, going fast. That's also, I would imagine, going off-roading. You know, I'm not too familiar with off-roading as much as I am, you know, back road, curvy mountain driving, but I have went off-road some. But, you know, performance-wise, of going over mountains and going up mountains, trying to get to places that are a little bit more remote, I never had an issue with the BFGs. But I'll report back here in a little bit. So in this little clip, I was just trying to show how easy it is to make these slide, and it was rather easy. It didn't take much throttle. The Jeep doesn't have much power. It only has the 3.8 V6 in it, and it just took a little blip of the throttle. Again, this was probably quite more ice than it was snow, but it didn't take much to get it to slide. But it was easy to control. I'll give them that. Anyways, on to some more video. All right, so far, no issues yet. We're gonna take it somewhere and see what she does. A little bit of slip there. So I've had a little bit of slip and slide, not too bad, but a little bit there. When I came to a stop, it slid some. I think it's more so with the ice, and like I said again, just with the pressure, the air pressures on the tires. I'm gonna go to one other spot here and just see how it does pulling up a hill with these tires. I'm not for certain again if it'll do super well as much as the BFGs did. We're gonna find out though. It's not gonna be a huge hill. As you can see, this road's actually been cleared right here pretty good, so it shouldn't have any issue whatsoever here. So I may not be able to try this test. We're going to find out. But we're going to try it right here. A little bit more slide than what I would hope for right there. Yeah, definitely more than the BFGs would have done, I do think. Anyways, let's fly the drone here and see how it does.